Hi, welcome to the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for Monday, September 5th. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. Today is Monday, September 5th. Mike Brenner, man, when the football season starts, it's like a big wave that you know is going to wipe you out. But as much as you know, you're psychologically prepared for it. The emotional power of it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's
right?
amazing. First and foremost, welcome back, Pistol
thank
Pete.
you very
Nice
much.
to have
Thank
you back.
Welcome back
Missed
to you
there.
for your unbelievable run in baseball long
we're
term.
just plowing ahead.
And
Hit 2 out of 3 so far today because the Cubbies pulled it off.
Sounds awesome. All right, so college football, week 1, what we learned. A look back is what we're going to take a look at now. And the way we're still getting set how we're going to do this show every week. But I mean, basically, I think the way we're going to do it is we're going to do college stuff every day. And anytime we are looking at lines or analyzing something, you can throw an official pick out there.
Okay.
So in today's
Good.
show,
And we'll throw up our record as well.
Yeah.
Just bear with us. It's going to be in the next couple days.
We'll get it worked out.
Yes.
So you can throw official picks out at any time you want. You have to take the lines that are currently there.
Good,
But
good.
or in this one, I have not, because as you know, with my trip, my friggin' computer
I heard.
broke.
That's another story.
So I'm about a day behind. So I haven't had a chance to give any official picks. I haven't made any bets on these college football week 1 lines. But it's interesting what happened, right? All right, first game.
Oh, it's classic. Or should I say Vlasic? Like
First-
Vlasic? I got you on that one.
Right. Enough. All right. First thing, one thing in week 1 we did well. I think I went 5-1, and you were 3-3 or something like that.
3-3, yeah. Did you really go 5-1?
Yeah, I had only
Fantastic.
one loser, which was the under in the Washington game.
That's
We'll get to that in a
great,
second.
Pete.
But one pick that we were both tempted to take, but both to our credit stayed off of, was Tennessee. Right? They struggled against Appalachian
and we
State.
were that close. Yep.
Now, as we've seen many years in college football, week 1 results can be very, very misleading.
Absolutely.
Tennessee struggled against Appalachian State. Next week, they're a 10.5-point favorite at Virginia Tech. Going forward, do we think Tennessee's going to be good this upcoming week? What do you think?
I think they learned from it. And I think there was an ass whooping taking place in that locker room. I'm not kidding you, but. Again, too early for me to call, but do I think the line's fair? Maybe, because Virginia Tech, that's a rebuilding program.
Yeah.
So I think they do. I think they get it done. I think they take it out on them.
Definitely a surprising result. Now, we knew that Appalachian State was a team on the rise.
Of course. This team has accomplished quite a bit.
It's not a massive shock. This wasn't some like.
But Tennessee
FCS
was
team.
built up so big, like another one we'll talk about later. But they were built up so big this year and so focused and ready that I think it just kind of caught everybody by surprise.
Right.
And let's not pull no punches. They damn near probably should have lost that game outright.
Sure.
Outright.
I mean, all right. So I'm thinking this might set up for situations to bet Tennessee coming up in subsequent weeks.
And
now,
you say 10.5 for next week.
Yeah, on the road.
On the road at Virginia Tech?
Yeah. So, that's an interesting line. We'll get into it more. I'll have, when I have computer access, I'll be a demon of handicapping once again.
Will.
Another team that you've been talking about a lot in the preseason, our preseason videos, is LSU, right?
Yes.
Now, you made the call early on in the year that they were going to be underachieving this year, and of course, they lost outright against Wisconsin.
An unranked Wisconsin team. I did a video when you were gone. I don't recall who I did it with. I don't know if it was Big Man on Campus or Joe Duffy, but whoever it was, they thought I was wrong there, and they thought LSU would run the whole table and win everything this year.
Yeah.
And again, never, but I'm telling you, it's coaching. And I told this presenter, it's coaching. Les Miles is just not that great coach. He did not have his team prepared.
Well, this is not like the first time we've seen this from LSU.
No,
We're
not
used
at
to
all.
this. We're
Not
used
at
to
all.
them failing
Not
as
at all.
this kind of a favorite, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a good call.
What do you expect going forward? Next week we can throw it out against an FCS team, Jacksonville State. But what do you expect against the LSU going forward? And probably they will bounce back at some point.
They're going to bounce back, but there's going to be spots because I'm telling you, if you lose that locker room, and we all saw the dynamics last year, your AD, the higher ups, the alma mater, they all wanted him out. They wanted him out, but yet the players went to bat for him. And what does he do? First week out, boom, they lay an egg. So stay tuned, as my father would say. All will be revealed.
All right, now another game that you did give officially last week, and I should have. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger on it, but we've discussed it ad nauseum. Every time we discussed the game, we said Alabama, when they seem like too big of a favorite, they wind up covering. They covered easily.
Buddy, come on.
A blowout win. They have a true freshman quarterback who looks awesome, not against a patty cake defense, against a USC defense. No. So what do you take from...
let's not get lost in translation here also. The first quarter, going into the second quarter, this was looking like, because I had a lot of money on the first half, right? And I'm not kidding you. And it wasn't looking good for the home team. And I didn't panic. I even actually was thinking, okay, all right, thank God I kind of waited off on the full game. But they took that one quarterback out for a minute. They put that other kid in, and I'm telling you, something happened. And then they put the other kid back in, and then they became unstoppable. But once that confidence, and that's what it was that Nick Saban confidence, once that grabbed a hold, there was no turning back. And they opened up a can of whoop-ass. Moving forward, they're the best team in college football.
And
There's
you
no
think
doubt
they'll have
in my mind.
value, though? so. Yeah, because
yes, I do.
I remember in previous
Yeah.
years, I would.
This guy's ready. He's focused. He wants another title this year.
I would talk about it all the time. When Alabama is a team that is really at their peak elite level, they're the kind of team that takes public action and still cashes week in and week out. So we could be seeing that here for Alabama.
Sure could.
And then USC, a team that we thought we might be a little bit high on this year. I think we can give them a little bit of a pass for getting destroyed by Alabama. What do you expect from them going forward?
Well, I think they gained a little confidence early in the game. Now, Clay Helton's got his work cut out for him is in the locker room, not on the practice field. You have got to get into your players' head and let them know, look, all right, we got to overlook this, or we have got to move forward. We're still a good team. We held them in check for a quarter and a half. At least they did that. So hopefully they'll grow from them strengths and not dwell. But this is a rebuilding program, new quarterback. There's a lot going on. Moving forward, fade them a little bit. It's going to take time.
So?
Called it early.
So?
Said it's going to take time.
All right, sounds good. And then the other game I want to ask about is Texas, of course, won the crazy OT game.
Wow. What a great game, though, as a fan. No, that's right. You
Sure.
don't like the sport itself. You just bet the damn thing. But no, Pistol Pete, what a game.
I knew that was going to be a wacky game. I actually had one of my friends.
See that coming. I didn't see Texas offense that good.
I knew it was going to be a very unpredictable game. I wouldn't have been surprised if they had gotten blown out. I did sort of like the over, but I bet it early, and then it closed at like 55 or something like that.
Now, Pete, I got to ask you:
Yeah.
is Texas that good, or is Notre Dame maybe not as good as as advertised, or are both of these teams just really good eventually and have some defensive issues?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think maybe, I am looking for Texas. Like I said in the beginning of the year, I was thinking maybe Texas will be slightly undervalued.
Yeah, you did say that.
Their next game is against UTEP, so that's kind of a tricky
can't
one.
Really,
but,
yeah, exactly. Oh, because you heard what happened with UTEP and their quarterback.
Yeah,
they got rid of the one and the other one a week later after he makes one leave because he wins the job, and then the one that wins the job, he gets arrested for drunk driving. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's all kind of wacky. There's no line out for that one yet. But I don't know. In general, I'm going to have to do a lot more research into this, obviously. But, I think Texas might have some talent this year.
Oh, how the hell are you going to find time, Pete? There's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, I'm behind on my research. Are you kidding? All right, now, of course, then let's talk about Houston and Oklahoma. What do we expect going forward? Oklahoma's
Come on, did we throw the dart and nail the bullseye with this? We both said when this team comes out and they're they're like overvalued and possibly have high expectations, and not just us. I got news for you. There's plenty of articles. Bob Stoops does not produce, and he hasn't. It's going to be the year that unless they pull off a miraculous run and win the championship, if they don't, I got a feeling you're going to see Stoops seeing the door because this pattern has now been too consistent. Pete,
so you think continue
forward,
to look to fade Oklahoma?
I do. But there'll be the spots when he'll build them up. But in the heads of the players mentally right now, that team is lost right now.
All right, why don't you hit us with a couple of games?
How about Clemson? Come on.
Clemson.
I'm still wondering, is the fix in? Pete, all right, there's a minute and 15 left. You're on the 15 or whatever, the 20-yard line. You got an easy field goal, all right, on fourth down to put it out of reach at 9 and give the team one more possession, right? What do? Let's go for it on 4th and 5, all right? The running back, it's 3 yards. Next thing you know, the line, which was 7, is now sitting still at 6. The team doesn't go back and score. Just makes you what? I just needed a damn field goal.
I don't know. There was a lot of movement on that game.
There was some pissed off bettors.
There were some pissed off bettors. A lot of line movement on that game. So I don't think there was overwhelming action.
I have to say this, though. My hat's off to Auburn's defense for holding Deshaun Watson in check because he really, really kind of did. That last score was a great catch in the end zone by that young kid, the receiver. But Auburn surprised me defensively. I really thought this was going to be like a 42-10, 42-21. I promise, Pete. So
you think
learned a lot.
You think Clemson's pissed off? Next week they're at Troy minus 36, maybe like first half.
Holy cow, that's a first half. They'll probably be up 36 at half. Deshaun Watson will go nuts.
You think so, huh?
Tune in later. Thanks for bringing that one up.
Anything else you want to bring up, Mike Brenner?
Well, let's see. How about Stanford struggling against K-State? All right. Now, I had a lean. They covered the first half lean, but the game itself, I was a little surprised. I thought because Bill Snyder and K-State.
Yeah. Listen, I said this when we were discussing Stanford early on in the year. Obviously, McCaffrey's great, but he's due to take a step back. Hogan, I think, was underrated last year. He was a big part of their success, and they're rebuilding on the offensive line. The last time this happened was in 2014, and they took a step back then.
Yes, absolutely.
Expectations super high this year for Stanford. So I think they might be overvalued again going forward. As a big favorite, we'll see what their lines are. I don't have it right down here. What their next
Pete, there's so much to talk about. We got to fit a couple more in. Okay, Michigan State. Come on now. They are lucky just to get a win there. They struggled, and then you got to talk about Oregon, 53-28 against UC Davis. All right, Oregon's got some defensive issues. If you're giving up 28 points to UC Davis, all right, I think you got something to work on.
Yeah,
now
that's
the
a good
one
point. That's
I
a good
really
point.
think so. Now, how about this one? And this was kind of shocking, not shocking. How about Michigan? Now, the reason I stayed off it was because Hawaii had already played one game,
Right.
had one under their belt, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to let Jimmy Boy Harbaugh work out the first week, work it out my ass. They opened up a can of whoop ass, brought the wheelbarrow and the shovel, and buried them at halftime. Pistol
Yeah.
Pete.
So the question is, their next game is another game like
Michigan's
this, 35
defense
and a
is
half.
real. They're real, and I'm telling you, this team's quietly going to cash tickets. They're going to be in the hunt. They're going to be in the Final Four. I'm telling you,
You
I
did say
feel
that
it.
from the beginning. You think
Yes,
they have the motivation,
yes,
though, to
yes.
get 2 straight 40-point wins?
Why not? You got Jim Harbaugh
I
there.
don't
This
know.
is one of the most egotistical coaches in the world, but I love the guy. I mean, I am totally on board with him.
So you like him at 35 and a half against UCF?
I do.
You're not going to give it
Absolutely.
as official pick here, though, will you?
No, I won't right now. Matter of fact, you know what? If you had the first half available, I would.
Okay, you can give the first half, and I will go
Okay.
in. I don't know if
Pistol
if
Pete,
it's
I'll
out
take
yet.
them on the first half against UCF, and I'll give 19.
Okay, so it'll
How's that?
be whatever the Pinnacle opener is,
Yes.
or whatever line is out right now.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it. Pinnacle opener or whatever line is out right now. This is an official pick. Okay, Michigan first
Over
half
UCF.
over UCF.
All
My
right.
God, because you know what's going on with UCF.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
rebuilding.
Yeah,
That
all
team's a
sorts of-
freaking
yes.
mess.
Yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my God,
I mean,
you
that
just
was-
gave me some money.
There you go. All
See,
right, I'm
there
glad
you go.
to have done
And
that,
now,
Mike
you
Brenner.
know what I'm going to do after? And I'm for real. I'm going to go line shopping. I'm going to find out where the best line is. And if I have to open up another account to do it, I'll do it because then I'm getting a great bonus. And that's part of the plan,
That's
baby.
very smart of you, Mike Brenner. Absolutely. That's what you got to do to maximize your profits in this business. All right, Mike
Well,
Brenner.
listen, one more.
Okay,
How
one
about
more.
Florida Gators struggled against the worst team in college football, bar none, in 1A, all right? University of Massachusetts. What's going on with Florida? Because I was surprised when they were even ranked, let alone ranked 25th. What are your thoughts?
I think the offense just isn't necessarily there. I didn't look into that deeply, but
you need to
yeah.
look into that
Yeah.
because that's a team you may want to think about fading also. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because
God,
you,
I'm fired
if you
up.
don't have the playmakers in college football, that's what college football spreads as a favorite, as a ranked team is really about. Do you have the playmakers as Washington appears to have with that guy
Now,
Ross?
look, I told you that was a good one. I nailed that one.
Although
2
if he
points.
gets injured, look out for Washington. Be careful about that.
Yeah, no
All
doubt,
right.
no doubt. Hey, what's your favorite college team? I know you don't like the sport, but you got to have a favorite team.
My favorite college team is I don't know, like
Give me something.
UTEP. I like
Okay. Hey, Dennis, I need a UTEP hat. I'm tired of looking at this Yankees hat during college football odds couple show.
All right, sounds good, Mike Brenner.
I
We
feel
will be
better.
back tomorrow with more college football coverage on tomorrow's
Yes,
show.
we will. OCDpicks.com. Don't miss it.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.